Hey, I want to welcome you this week to the podcast. This is April. Can you believe how quickly the year goes by? You guys, as it goes on, it just goes faster and faster. I remember when I was a young girl, my mom would always say, days are long, but the years are short. And that is so true. I do find that when you're in it with little kids, it does seem like those days sometimes drag on. You'll be thinking that, it's already 5 o'clock and you look at your watch and it's 11:30 because they've been up since 6:30. And I want you to know I get that. I'm on the other side of that now since my youngest is in college and I get to sleep in other than my puppies waking me up. I get to sleep in when I want, get to go to bed when I want. It is so different being on this side. I admire you if you're in it. I'm cheering you on if you're in it. And I'm here for you if you're in it. I know I say that often on social media that I'm here for you, but I want you to know I mean it. One thing that I do is, I do offer little sessions that you can sign up so that we can chat online. If you're having questions and you're having concerns about your parenting journey or your homeschooling journey, you can sign up for a quick 45-minute phone call and we can talk through those things together. Sometimes it does help just to have another person. So if that's something that you think you could use and benefit from, you can just go to my website and you can book an appointment and we can chat it out. I don't have all the answers. Listen, I've been parenting a long time. Definitely have a degree in child development. I've been working with young children and families for 35 years, and I still don't know it all. I still don't have it figured out. I don't pretend to. There are still questions people ask and they stump me. And I'll be the first to say, hey, listen, I don't have that one figured out. But there are a lot of things that I have experienced parenting this long and working with young children in group settings and with families of homeschoolers and families in preschools. And it doesn't matter if you're a homeschooler or not. I've had children in different situations and I've worked in different school situations. So I do feel I can talk to a lot of that with you and for you. So if that's something you need, check us out on the website, kathyeggers.com. But today, this month, we're going to talk about faithfulness. Each month, we do have a character trait that we address. And why do we do that? Let me say it again. Why? Because most of who a child is, who they become, is determined in those first 7 years, like their core. Now we grow and we continue to learn and we strengthen those skills and those character traits, but so much of that is taken in as their brain is developing rapidly in those early years. And so we want to be intentional about teaching them about orderliness and love and kindness and faithfulness, which is today. So, what is faithfulness? Listen, faithfulness is really just being true to your word, right? That you can be trusted to say what you mean and mean what you say and do what you say you're going to do. And that is something that a lot of young children and a lot of adults struggle with. We struggle with keeping our word. We say it in the moment. We say, hey, I'm going to do this. And then when the time comes, it's not as convenient, it's not as important, and we make an excuse to get out of it. But our children are watching us, just like with any other character trait. The way we model faithfulness is going to be the greatest way to teach this concept. So when you say to your kids, hey, I'm going to read you that book in a minute, and then they come back and say, hey, can you read me Goodnight Moon for the 100th time? And you're like, well, I can't now. Something's come up. So what you're saying with your actions is you are not dependable. So instead of saying, I can't, maybe say, yeah, I can. That whatever the other thing is can wait. The 3 minutes it takes to get to Goodnight Moon through it. It's not a big commitment, really. It's just an easy yes if you think about it. But often we get inconvenienced with even the easy yes, like reading something as simple as Brown Bear or Goodnight Moon or those quick little books. And if it is maybe something they're asking for something bigger that you can't do, say, hey, I can't read this book, but I can read this book. Give them something. Show up. Show them that your word was true when you said in a minute you will do it. Because again, if you show them that you can't be trusted to follow up and to stay true to your word when they're little, guess what happens when they get older and they need someone to depend on? They're going to scoot right around you and go to a friend, go to another family member, go to who knows where they go. but it won't be to you. But if you, in those early years, you prove to be faithful and do what you say you're going to do, can we go outside for 5 minutes? You might have to say, I can only give you 5 minutes. I can set a timer, but you are showing up. And it's not that you have to say yes to every single thing. It's that if you say yes, but then you switch it to no, that's the rub on faithfulness. That's where you're showing not to be loyal and not to be true to your word. It's what you commit to with your words, because sometimes it's easy. Listen, it's easy to commit with our words, right? It's easy to say, yeah, we'll go outside. Well, then time comes. We'll go outside right after this. We'll go outside right after breakfast. And then it's after breakfast. You're starting to clean up. You've kind of already moved on and they haven't forgotten and they want to go swing or whatever. And you're like, ooh, not so convenient now. But you've got to stay true to your word. But maybe you can only go out there for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is still staying true to your word. You didn't say you'd go out there for an hour and a half. Hopefully you can do more than 5. Hopefully you can give them 15, 20, 30 minutes outside. You can do some now, do some later, but keep your promises. It's a thing that kids are watching. They're watching how you handle faithfulness. And then the same goes for them. When you see them and it's, hey, we need to clean our room. Yeah, yes, ma'am. I'm going to clean my room right after this. Or in a minute. They use the in a minute on you. They'll quickly throw your words back on you. And then you guys help them see that being faithful doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be a battle. It can be fun and lighthearted, and even do it together. I'm going to help you. Let's go do it together. You need to pick up your clothes. Let's do it together. You want to wash your clothes? Let's do it together. It's easy to say yes. Now, you want them to see that when they commit to something, that they stay true to that. Now, can they change their mind? Of course they can. Of course they can. And so don't take any of these to the extreme. I think often in parenting, that's where we get in trouble. We hear something, okay, we're going to make them be loyal. We're going to make them keep their word. And then we take it to the extreme and we don't remember that it's flexibility in parenting. And some things you change, some things are different. It's not always this case. But what are some of the ways we can teach them faithfulness? What are some of the practical things we can do to teach children to keep their promises? Well, I think a fun thing to do is maybe come up with a list. Maybe you just ask them, hey, what are some things that you're going to do every day in our family? What are some things we can do? We can all say nice things, right? We can keep our words positive. We can all help with the dishes. That's something we can do and then follow through and keep with that. We can take turns feeding the dog. We can do that. We can, what's another promise we can do? I'll wait my turn, right? If my sister wants to play with my favorite Legos and I've already told her, yes, I'm going to wait my turn till she's done. Talking through those things with young children. Now remembering with sharing, that's going to happen at 3 or 4. Little 2-year-olds are not going to be expected to share because they just can't do it. So if we're expecting a 2-year-old to wait their turn, that's going to turn into chaos quickly. But for older kids, it's something that we can talk about. We can say, hey, did you keep your promise to your friend there as they get older? You can be more specific with that. Did you say you were going to help your little sister with that puzzle? Well, I don't feel like it now. I don't want to do it now. But did you say you would do it after dinner? You would help her with her puzzle. So you need to keep your promise and be faithful to your sister and show her that your word is true. That's the kind of stuff we're talking about. Did you say, I remember, now I was older, but my family chore was cleaning the kitchen, right? That was my job every night. I was responsible for cleaning the kitchen. And listen, I wasn't, and I'm still not a night person. So we would sometimes have dinner later, depending on the situation. And my mom would want me to clean the kitchen. And you guys, I'd be so tired. And I would start the whiny process of, I don't want to clean the kitchen. I'm so tired. Can I just go to bed? I said, if I could just go to bed, I will get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I will clean the kitchen before I go to school. Do you think I did it? I did. I would get up and I would clean the kitchen before I went to school. So the first time I did it, my mom was probably shocked. But guess what? The second time I asked to do it, it was an easy yes for her because I showed her that I would get up and I would do it. And I did. I think I cleaned the kitchen a lot first thing in the morning. And I'm still kind of like that, to be honest. My husband does not like a dirty kitchen at night. He wants it clean. And I'm like, can we just leave it till the morning? What I started that habit as a young girl, I continued through. So I don't know what is better, honestly. Is it better that my mom let me leave it until the morning? I don't know. But I did it and I was true to my word with that. I said that. So sometimes be flexible with your kids. If they say, hey, I promise I'll do it right when I come home from wherever, maybe they want to go to a friend's house and they didn't get their room clean. Now, again, little kids, it's a lot tougher. But as they get older, let them go. See if they do it and give them the chance. Now, if they don't, when they get back, that's some natural consequences, right? Well, last time you said you were going to clean it when you got home and you didn't. So this time you are going to have to clean it before you go. And with little kids, you can do a few of those things. You can say, can you pick up 5 things before we go? 5 things. And if they say, can I do it afterwards? Yes, I will let you wait this time and try to pick up 5 things. And then when we get home, if they don't pick up their 5 things, the next time you use it as a teaching moment. So that stuff is okay. Those are boundaries. Again, gentle parenting, and we talk about this a lot. Gentle parenting is not permissive parenting. It is not we let the kids run over us. However, we do honor that they are trying to navigate this, and we do give them a chance to help figure out how they navigate their time and their promises and their word and their activities. And so it is okay to negotiate that. And then if they don't follow through, that you help with some natural consequences with that. I mean, even like with eating, right? With people getting such turmoil about feeding their kids. And if you don't eat this, you don't get that. And I just want to keep mealtime as lighthearted as possible. Yes, they do need to eat all those things, but really it is, let's try that. You're full? Okay, you're full, so we can save it for later. And maybe their full means I hate everything on that plate. Is it a big deal to say, okay, is there anything else? Now, listen, I'm not a fan if we make lots of different dinners and you get to pick all your favorite things. Not a fan of that. But if you really do have something where you're something that's way out of what their palate is used to, maybe it is okay to say, we'll try something else. But let's just say it's day to day. It's regular. It's hamburger and some broccoli and it's some rice and they don't want to eat. They're full. But then an hour later they come in. Well, you were full, but now they're hungry. I am happy to make you some more hamburger. We have some leftovers. I'm happy to heat that up for you. I think that's okay too. I mean, again, flexibility is key. But back to faithfulness. Another thing is, sharing, waiting their turn, when you say yes. Those are all easy things to just work on as you're living. I mean, you are always having to wait turns or wait a little longer. But when you say, hey, if you just wait for 5 minutes and I'll do this, or wait for 5 minutes and you can do that, you just have to make sure you go back and make sure that that happens, whatever it is you promised, or even whatever it is they promised. You want to encourage them to keep their word. And this is a great time to even teach time, right? To teach them to be faithful with that because I think even showing up, like when you tell somebody you're going to be there, hey, we told so and so we were coming over, and we'll be there at 3:00. So we've got to get ready because we want to be on time. We told them 3:00. We want to try and be there at 3:00. Don't get like, oh, it's no big deal. We told them 3, but we can show up at 4. If they're counting on you at 3, help your children understand we need to prep and get ready so that we can be there at 3. That's also teaching faithfulness and being loyal and being kind with your time and their time, even more importantly, that you show up on time. So those are just good life lessons. Again, all can be done gentle. I mean, it doesn't have to be this elaborate teaching. So much of character is really as you go. It's you living life in front of your children, being intentional with these character traits. It's you recognizing that we want to model kindness and we want to model being joyful and we want to model love and we want to model faithfulness. We want to model showing up. And when we say we're going to do something, that we actually do it. It's no big deal. Oh, I know we said we were going to do that, but really we don't have time. If we say we're going to do it, we need to figure out how we can do it, especially if someone else is waiting on us. Now, remember, a lot of young kids developmentally aren't going to be able to understand that. So you're going to have to recognize, is my child ready for that lesson? But that doesn't keep you from modeling it. You can model it to them at every age. And when they're ready developmentally, they're going to be watching and they're going to be picking up on that. So don't use that excuse, hey, my kid's not old enough, so I don't have to really model it. You do. You do need to be modeling it from the get go. All of these character traits that you want them to teach, you need to model it from the get go. Now, there's some suggestions that you make like a promise jar and you keep promises in there that they can read. I don't know. I think a promise book maybe would be more effective for young children. Maybe do a promise book of the promises they want to keep. I promise to try and put my pajamas in the laundry basket in the morning. I promise to, clean up 5 toys every day. I promise to help mom with the dishes. Let them come up with some things that they want to do, that they can do and be a part of. It's a great way to just, again, start the conversation. Start they being intentional with it, recognizing that our words are powerful and what we say has meaning and what we say impacts someone else. So if we make a promise to do something, we want to follow through, because when we don't, what does that do? That causes hurt. That causes mistrust, that causes doubt. So we want to be friends and family who say what we mean what we say, do what we say, and we follow through. It starts young, it starts often, it starts intentional. Listen, all of this stuff is hard. Character isn't built overnight. It is something that's ongoing. So I want to encourage you to be ongoing with it. I hope you're having a fabulous spring. Get outside. Hey, I have some fun news, by the way. We have decided to make plans for our mud kitchen, our easel, and our sensory table. And if you are interested in getting those plans, sign up for the monthly newsletter. We just started a monthly newsletter where we are going to do a talking point every month. I'm going to share an activity with you, and we're going to share about these plans for the mud kitchen. So if you are interested in joining our newsletter, just go sign up on the website. Again, kathyeggers.com. You can join it, or you can go to any Instagram post, comment news. We will sign you up and you can get that information. In a couple of weeks, we're going to be back with Carrie Vossick. Carrie is coming on as a regular. If you haven't noticed, I love having her expertise as a mom of homeschooling 4 kids, just her wisdom, just what I have watched her grow over the past 10 years. It's been fabulous to see. And now I love that she is wanting to share that with you. We are going to talk about reading aloud. Like, why is it important? I know there's so many people who share about reading aloud. So we're going to share some of our favorite books. We're going to talk about why it's important. So you don't want to miss that episode. It'll be out in 2 weeks with Carrie. Thanks so much for listening. Share this with someone that might be interested too. Have a great day.